Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello everyone, my name is Fadli and I'm a mathematics education student from Universitas Mataram. In this video, I would like to share my reflection on my experience participating in this program in Malaysia. Before I coming to Malaysia, I already expect that Indonesian and Malaysian cultures will have many similarities because we are part of the same cultural family. However, I still experience many things that surprise me. For example, I did not expect that journey from Kuala Lumpur to Terengganu to be that far. I mean, like that far, 8 hours. As a student who lives away from home in Mataram, I already know what it feels like to travel far, but the journey to Terengganu still surprised me. I was also amazed by how large University Malaysia Terengganu is. During the program, there were many meaningful experiences for me. One of my favorite activities was the traditional class dance. It was actually my first time joining a dance class. The movements were quite difficult, but they were also very fun. The music was enjoyable, and I realized that learning culture through movements can be a very exciting experience. Another memorable experience was the session about semantics, connotation, and Terengganu dialect. We learned about the local dialect and were asked to translate words from Malaysian Malay into Terengganu dialect. We then had to perform our translation in front of the class. It was fun, but at the same time, it taught me that language is closely connected to cultural identity. I also really enjoy the environmental volunteer program. Sayangi Pantai Budaya Kita. We clean the beach in Terengganu and collect as much waste as possible. My group won third place. We receive a small magnet as a prize, but for me, the most meaningful part was not the prize. I was happy because I could directly contribute to keeping the beach clean. After the activity, we also learned more about the beach from one of the lecturers. Through these experiences, my perspective about culture changed. At first, I thought Malaysian and Indonesian cultures was almost the same. After participating in this program, I realized that even two cultures share many similarities. Each community has its own identity, history, and meaning. For example, when I learned about Tari Golek Mayang, I discovered that it was not simply a traditional dance for entertainment. It has historical and cultural meanings behind it, and even the numbers of the dancer has significance. I also learned about the tanja and discovered that it has different types, meanings, and rules regarding who can wear them. And these experiences taught me that culture should not only be observed but understood. I also learned that cultural understandings can help reduce misunderstandings between people from different backgrounds. Another small but meaningful change happened in my communication. Before the program, I was worried that Malaysian participants might have difficulty understanding Indonesian, so I often mix English and Malaysian Malay when speaking. Surprisingly, they could understand Indonesian quite well. This made me realize that communication does not always have to be perfect to be successful. My English also improved, especially in terms of confidence. I do not think my grammar or vocabulary suddenly become perfect, but I become more confident in using English. I realized that in real life communication, being understood is sometimes more important than speaking perfect English. I was also surprised that I could understand my Malaysian friends when they spoke English with Malay accent. That really increased my confidence in my listening skill or my listening ability. The program also challenged me personally. I had to communicate in English, adapt to cultural difference, and work with people I had never met before. And yeah, sometimes everyone had different opinions and different ways of thinking. Because of that, I learned to reduce my ego, listen to others, and find a way to work together. I also met many new friends. Almost everyone in this program was new to me, including students from my own university. I met students from Universitas Airlangga, University Malaysia Terengganu, and different regions of Indonesia. I also met wonderful buddies and lecturers. Meeting these people expand my network and give me the opportunity to learn from people with different backgrounds and abilities. Personally, I believe this program improved my confidence, communication skills, and teamwork. I become more comfortable expressing my opinions in front of people I had just met. As a mathematics education student, I believe these experiences will also benefit my future career as a teacher. I learned that being a good mathematics teacher is not only about understanding mathematics. A teacher must also be able to communicate clearly and understand the diversity of the student. Every student is different, so I cannot always expect them to learn in exactly the same way. As a future teacher, I need to be willing to understand my student and adapt my teaching to their needs. Finally, I would like to express my sincere gratitude to the organizers, lecturers, facilitators, buddies, and all participants who made this program such a meaningful experience. This program taught me that learning does not always happen inside the classrooms. Sometimes we learn by traveling, communicating, working with others, experiencing different cultures, and stepping outside our comfort zone. I came to Malaysia as a student, but I returned home with a broader perspective as a learner and as a future educator. Thank you. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.